In 1990, the Cold War was winding down. Admiral Frank Kelso became Chief of Naval Operations. His decisions would shape the Navy for the next 30 to 50 years. So he tasked his strategic studies group with advising him what the nation would need the Navy to do over the coming decades. Focusing on a 20-year horizon, we examined trends in demographics, energy, economies, financial flows, infrastructure, technologies, climate change, etc. Yes, even Margaret Thatcher was concerned about climate change back then. And importantly, we studied U.S. revenues and expenditures. We found that accelerating costs of Social Security, medical care, and interest payments on national debt would put pressure on other federal spending. We also noted that the longer politicians took to make programs sustainable, the more difficult solutions would become. Payments on the national debt have now replaced defense as the second largest federal expenditure following Social Security. And the debt just got worse. The age of easy money for politicians is quickly coming to an end. The growing interest rate the U.S. Treasury must pay on its bonds is squeezing all other federal outlays. A financial earthquake could strike quickly, affecting the global economy, not just the U.S. Over the intervening 35 years, I've seen political gridlock in the U.S. Both Democrats and Republicans have been more interested in power and taking credit than resolving important national issues. The U.S. is not alone. Political dysfunction is the norm around the world. Our institutions are failing us, so here we are today. The major question is, what alternatives do we have? Unpolitics says we can't rely on the politics, but it doesn't suggest what next. One approach is being developed by Scott Page along with some colleagues. Scott will be talking to us tomorrow. They're looking at ensembles of organizations. Beyond democracies, their approach includes hierarchies, markets, civic action, and algorithms. UNIR has clearly demonstrated the limits of hierarchies in dealing with increasing complexity. Let me give just one example of an ensemble consistent with Robin Wall Kimmerer's book, The Serviceberry, which I highly recommend. More frequently, people are using apps to post items they're parting with free of charge. Others then arrange to pick them up. This simple economy represents an ensemble of markets, civic action, and algorithms. Our approach at this virtual conference is to address problems from the bottom up. Likely, we'll find features that apply to problems across the multiple domains we are addressing. Identifying features that govern the dynamics of systems across domains is the essence of complexity science. Science is another theme underlying this conference. Saying that we know a great deal about what needs to be done is based on our belief in science. If our science is so clear, why isn't it driving solutions? The primary factor is an absence of trust. Dysfunctional politics has caused people of all ages to mistrust their institutions. Research indicates that Gen Z trusts and prefers AI to personal interactions. Rather than reading news articles, they read comments made about those articles. Trust is foundational for all organizational forms. Lack of trust in the US dollar will be its undoing. Science does not come naturally to humans. It requires curiosity and perseverance. Few people practice science. Scientists are rewarded for communicating with each other rather than with non-scientists. Narratives do come naturally. If we're to make what we know needs to be done happen, it will be the stories we tell, accepting that many alternative narratives will suggest different solutions. Listening and adapting will be more important than talking. Thank you.